Great ball movement with these two teams, Grant. Fantastic group of passers on each side.
They're just so unselfish. They play for one another. You can see how it keeps the whole team involved. And I'll tell you what, I just love watching teams that can pass like this.
So let's take a look at the starters for Toronto. Scotty Barnes is out there with Dick. Then there's Jakob Poeltl. Then it's Brandon Ingram. And it's Mobo in at the 4. Oh, it's stolen by Siakam. In transition, here come the Pacers. It's stolen by Poeltl. Mathurin with the ball. And it's Ingram picking him up. Oh, and he brings it down with a two-handed jam.
Yeah, this is how impactful Mathurin can be in close. He loves jamming it home.
We'll now go to Allie LaForce, who spoke with Rick Carlisle. Allie.
We got to talking about Brandon Ingram, and I asked how Coach thought they might limit him tonight. Coach told me, well, there's nothing we can do about his size and his length, so we're hoping just to frustrate him and keep him off balance by getting up in his business and contesting shots. Hopefully that plan pans out for them, guys.
All right, appreciate it, Allie.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
And Siakam gets it to go.
A long swing player, Siakam uses that 6'9" length down low.
And Clark, a big part of Tyrese Halliburton's effectiveness, he is tall for a point guard.
Yeah, and you see that across the league, Brian. More and more teams making sure they get size on the perimeter. I mean, they're looking for length in the backcourt, and if you can find it in your point guard, that's even better. And Tyrese Halliburton, a poster guard for long, elite-level point guards.
The defense just can't let Siakam get inside positioning like this because he's looking to dunk it home.
Barnes, and that one's good.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Walker. Halliburton, the pass to Siakam. Oh, it's blocked by Barnes. Here comes Toronto on the push. Here's Ingram. And a slam dunk by Ingram.
Ingram clearly on the attack there, not allowing the defense to do anything with that dunk.
Halliburton up top. Going inside. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
That's their plan, to get him an opportunity to finish in tight. That's a miss they can live with.
Ingram against Siakam. Ingram, the pass to Dick. Back to Ingram. 5 on the clock. All alone. Here's Barnes. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
And their offensive rebounding is such a strength for them when he's on the floor.
Yeah, he really helps them extend possessions, doesn't he?
And, you know, those second chance opportunities can be game-changing. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
Now here's Barnes. Pulls up on the wing. Pass to Dick. Barnes with a screen on Halliburton. There's the 3. And out of bounds, the Pacers will take it. The Pacers have gone 3 of 6 from the floor. Here's Siakam. And it's good. 2 points. Siakam's got 6.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now here's Poeltl, still without a bucket. Ingram deciding where to go with it. Back to Poeltl. And the dunk by Poeltl.
Boy, Poeltl is a guy that plays with a lot of force. I mean, when he's near the basket, the defense better watch out for the dunk.
Halliburton's shot is good.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
The Raptors have gone 5 of 9 from the floor. Here's Barnes. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
Outstanding decision-making by Ingram there, working it to the open man. Really good possession.
Up top, Nesmith. Siakam outside. Goes up on the wing. Mobo with the rebound.
Boy, that's got to be terribly frustrating there. I mean, with the defense not hustling and he still misses, boy, he wishes he had that one back.
Ingram on the wing. The three. Siakam pulls down the board. Indiana trailing here. Outside Neesmith. Lots of room. Rebound Toronto. Here's Mobo. And that's not gonna go. Misses at the buzzer. And still a close game as the first. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Raptors.
Well, I've liked their assertiveness inside. They've been getting that way and playing that way the whole time, setting the tone right away that the inside area is their territory.
And following off of what you said, they've really done a good job distributing the ball, passing up good shots for great ones.
Nembhard and Mathurin, they're the wings. Topping out there with Isaiah Jackson. And it's McConnell in at the point. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Pacers. Now here's Boucher. Lets it go from deep. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
And the Pacers started last season all offense, Grant, but even they knew that would not be sustainable.
Yeah, Coach Carlisle prodded them to at least get to average on the defensive end. And there's no question they have the tools to do it.
Shot's good by Mathurin.
This is what you love about Mathurin. Benedict, he can score in a number of ways. The floater game, just one of his many tools.
Outside Barrett, and he drives in. Quickly, passes to Barrett. Back to Quickly. And the Raptors getting another bucket right there.
Love the energy on his drive. The defense didn't expect that coming from him.
Jackson. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's going to go on Emmanuel Quickly. It's his first trip to the line, and this is a star-driven league. But talk about the importance of role players, Grant.
Oh, B.A., a lot of times they're the ones who carry the day. You know what you'll get from your stars, but when the X factor ignites, that can make the difference. He clipped the ball there, but not enough to nab the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
Closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second. Barrett finds Quickly.
Love to see Mathurin upping the intensity on D, getting right up on his man and really bothering his shot.
Raptors lead by 3. And now the Raptors on the break. Quarter 2 and about 2 minutes in. And the basket by Abaji.
A total defensive collapse. I mean, no reason to allow him that kind of space from behind the arc.
And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And Mathurin really gets off the ground quick. Terrific at being aggressive around the rim. Well done.
Hey, how's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
What a finish. I mean, he just took over himself.
What a show of power right there from the point guard. Man, sweet.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
Now here's Barrett. He's covered closely. Robinson, a screen on Toppin. Quickly from outside. Oh, again! Toronto with a triple.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
And during the first few seasons of Emmanuel Quickly's career, he was seen primarily as a scorer, Greg.
Yes, but recently has blossomed into a more versatile threat. The leap we've seen in his passing has been especially impressive. He's a player to watch out for moving forward.
Now here's Toppin. McConnell from outside. And again, it's Indiana with a 3.
Slow defensive rotation causing a breakdown along the perimeter.
Here's Barrett, and there's the drive, and he jams it home with authority.
And Barrett's teammates and coaches love when he shows some edge, slashing to the rim with purpose.
Here's Toppin. Oh, rejected by Boucher. Here comes Toronto on the push. Pass to Robinson. Kicks it to Quickly. Here's Abaji. He's covered by Matherin. From downtown. Abaji can't hit. Pacers trail by 5. Here's McConnell. Nembhard outside. Jackson with a screen on Barrett. Nembhard, the pass to Jackson. 6 to shoot. Toppin. The putback. Controls the rebound and the putback.
I always love the hard work on the glass. Just great activity.
And here's Quickly. He'll bring it up for the Raptors. Barrett into the lane. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Big effort, big reward for Barrett. Just what a jam.
The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line. A chance at a 3-point play.
Gets the defender to sell out on the pump fake, then flips it in.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw. Here's Barrett. 6 points for him. Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Quickly from outside. The Pacers pull it in.
And they can run out the clock here. No need to rush it.
Yeah, don't give them another possession here.
Now here's Toppin. McConnell outside. Got it up. Ooh, he drains it.
The officials will have 2 minutes to review the play.
And hold up. We're not going to halftime just yet. The officials signaling that they are going to take a look at this replay.
And, of course, they want to make sure it was the right call, but I'm not...
Okay, Ali, appreciate it. And, folks, we'll be back after halftime to begin the 3rd quarter.
31. Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drums. They're thinking about the shot.
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. You know, you look at T.J. McConnell. He's been playing really well.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of it.
Walker, he's checked in for Matherin. Checking out the group for Darko Rajakovic to start the second half. We've got Brandon Ingram. Scotty Barnes is out there with Grady Dick. Then there's Jakob Poeltl, and it's Mobo in at the 4. Oh, taking the contact. Halliburton.
That shot by Halliburton, not easy. Taking the hit and still finishing the play.
Shot on the wing. Barnes, no good.
Yeah, you have to knock those down. Open shots inside the arc are rare in this league.
Outside Neesmith. And so he draws the foul. And in a game this close, they're going to challenge the call. Coach does not agree with it, and he wants them to take another look at the monitor.
People shutting down. But with so many close calls in every game, the NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
And he knocks down the first one. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Already a very confident player. Knocking down those free throws only fuels that.
Here's Ingram. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Ingram's got 6.
Well, you know, Ingram's length is really an asset inside. It allows him to work over and around defenders.
Oh, my. Came close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws. Aaron Nesmith picks one up. Toronto shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And that just has to improve, guys. I mean, the free throw shooting is something that has to get better. You're immediately putting yourself at a disadvantage when you shoot that poorly from the line.
Indiana has gone 4 of 6 from three-point range thus far. Halliburton with the ball. He's picked up by Barnes. Now here's Nesmith, tightly guarded. Pulls it. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Nesmith's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, these teams are playing with incredible energy.
Perhaps the case simply that some kind of motivational speeches at halftime got both of these teams fired up.
Ingram, the pass to Barnes. To the wing on the left. Here's Mobo. Walker covering. Mobo gets the bucket.
Assertive moves. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Brian, Miles Turner, the 11th pick by the Pacers in 2015 for much of his career with the team. He's endured the trade rumors. He said, I've still got PTSD from that, but I wanted to be here in Indy. And last season, a renegotiation of his contract, giving him an extension and a raise. Brian, he is locked in as their starting center.
Yeah, it would appear so, Allie. Thank you. Kicks it out to Siakam. Down it goes, and a great assist by Halliburton. 9 points in the game.
And just so accurate off the pass. I mean, I love whenever Siakam decides to go right up with it like that.
Clark, we hear a lot of talk about Halliburton's supreme court vision. Just how good is it?
I think it's phenomenal, B.A. To be the facilitator that he is, you've got to have an understanding of what you're trying to run, but also a feel for how to get people shots and to adjust on the fly to what the defense is providing. And it's feel as much as it is skill. Feeling where defenders are, feeling where your teammates are or might be. And that is a gift. And he's honed that in a way that's made him one of the top dime droppers in the league.
Raptors trail by 3. It's Barnes on the wing. Nesmith covering. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Halliburton, good.
Halliburton has a nice combination of smarts and skill. Makes him a cagey scorer.
And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
You know, guys, sometimes that just happens, but you don't like to see it when the game is this close.
So Indiana going with an almost entire new group here. Jackson, he's checked in for Turner. Toppin comes in for Pascal Siakam. Shepard, he's checked in for Nesmith. And it's McConnell in for Tyrese Halliburton. Toppin outside. Driving in. Oh, wow! Oh,
Watch out below.
big finish.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark.
And, guys, I know there are a lot of questions right now defensively for this team. There's no doubt about that.
Meredith, screen on Walker. Here's Abaji. Walker gets a hand on it.
Yeah, using his long wingspan, Walker could become a serious defensive menace.
Toppin outside. Back to Walker. Toppin right side. The 3 ball. Gets the 3 to fall. And now an 8-point Indiana lead.
And that's a defensive lapse. A shooter of his caliber can't be left wide open.
Benedict Mathurin, he's checked in for Indiana. Nimhart comes in for Shepard. And here's Quickly. He'll bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. To end the run. And they'll get another chance. From deep. Sinks it from distance. Quickly's got 10 points. Toppin outside. On the wing, Nimhart. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. Tyrese Halliburton getting it done.
It's time to get
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. Here's quickly. Nembhard and Mathurin, they're the wings. Isaiah Jackson is out there with Obi Toppin. And it's McConnell in at the point. That's the 5 for the Pacers.
And you have to love it. The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
And it just forces the defense to pay more attention to him, guys, which we know can open up things for others.
They're going at it on offense. Neither team backing down.
Hey, defense is taking a back burner, secondary on the marquee, but who doesn't love a game like this? Let's go. I like offense.
Here's Abaji. And such a nice move to make that bucket possible.
And you want him taking good shots at this point in the game. And that one was easy.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind a layup. Come on now. My goodness.
Now here's Nembhard, guarded by Barrett. Here's Jackson. Back to Nembhard. Pass to Mathurin. Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by Robinson. Raptors trail by 4. Here's Abaji. Quickly outside. Here's Robinson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Boucher for 3. Pacers with a rebound. Jackson's got 5 rebounds in the game. McConnell against Quickly. Takes the 3. Outside for McConnell. Goes back up on the take. And it's good on the layup. And the Pacers lead by 6.
Well, the defense allowed that one. He had a clear path to the cup.
Until they foul intentionally.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
A new lineup here for Indiana.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
And again, Toronto, no good. Pacers leading by 6. Siakam, a pass to Turner. Now here's Nesmith from behind the arc. Fires in the triple.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Here's Barnes. Outside Dick. Outside for Ingram. And there's the screen. For 3. Hits the trifecta. Ingram's got 10 points in just the second half.
You know, Ingram is somebody you have to watch closely on the perimeter because he's improved his outside shot so much since coming into the league.
Raptors trail by 6. To the inside. Here comes Toronto on the push. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Pacers.
Well, the coaching staff has to love what they're seeing on offense. There's so many assists because how this team is moving the ball.
They've also found a lot of shots at the arc in this one and allowing their good shooters to tee it up.
Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one.
In their position, they really need to cash in on every chance at the line.
Here's Turner. And the call over the back.
Sometimes it's just better to give up the rebound instead of fighting through the guy.
Yeah, I agree. And you've got to have a sense of when you're not going to be able to get to the ball. That just wasn't a smart foul.
Good on both.
Free throw shooting comes into focus in tight games. As usual, he's up to the task.
Now here's Halliburton. Defense is right there. Up and in on the layup. And the Pacers lead by 5.
Halliburton coming up big. No rest in that man's game. He takes the shot and makes the shot.
And Darko Rajakovic has called a timeout. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. Boucher's checked in for Toronto. Abaji comes in for Dick. A chance here to catch up with Ali from the sideline.
I was able to listen in on what Darko Rajakovic was going over with his team. He thinks they're still very much in this game, saying it's right there, but it's on us to take care of it. We have to make it happen, hoping to inspire his team here.
Thanks for that, Allie. Halliburton on the wing. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot two.
You love the seemingly endless energy that Halliburton gives his team. Always pushing himself to deliver his best effort on every play, every day.
Second one is good, getting both at the line. And it's a 7-point game.
Extending the team's lead. Just solid execution at the line.
And Aaron Nesmith picks up the foul. So that'll be a second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot two.
That was just an awful decision. I mean, you have to keep the clock moving. There's no reason to foul there.
Yeah, inexcusable. I mean, he's got to know not to take any chances there. That's just a terrible foul. Well, that time he made the most of that trip to the line and cuts the deficit.
Halliburton, the pass to Siakam. Halliburton right side. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
They have a relentless mentality, even with the game in total control.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
Oh, he nails it! And now they trail by just 4.
Ingram not getting overtaken by the height of the moment. Nailing the shot in the face of the defense because his poise and composure is top level.
Money!
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Now here's Nesmith. He's guarded by Barnes.
That's just poor clock management defensively.
First free throw is good. And that makes it a 3-point lead. So he gets them both. And it's a 4-point ball game.
He snuffs out any comeback hopes with an impressive performance at the line.
Oh, nails the triple!
You know, on defense, even on an inbounds play, you can't leave three-point shooters alone on the perimeter. They paid for it there.
Yeah, no, you had to do that. I mean, you can't allow them to dribble out the top.
Exactly. You got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
Calm under pressure at every point here means a lot.
And so the big win by Indiana in a tight game. Allie, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for...
Now.
These two teams are both aggressive, attacking in transition.
Well, you've got to play to your strengths, right? But really, the league in general is looking for early offense. These teams, no different.
Now let's take a look at the starters for New Orleans. Jones is out there with Trey Murphy. Then there's DeJounte Murray. And it's Messi in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Hits it from three-point range.
You want Jones to be assertive like this. If the three-point shot's there, you got to take it.
For three, Siakam. Pelicans pull it in. They set the pick. Pass to Messi. Murray outside. Shot clock at 6. Over Halliburton. They grab their own miss. Jones for 3. It's another look. Driving the lane, and the layup is up and in.
With how Murphy shoots the ball from behind the arc, these driving lanes from time to time are going to be wide open. That's a nice take by Trey.
You know, Greg, it's been great to see the Pelicans get to the next level these past few seasons, hasn't it?
It has, and they've become one of the deeper teams in the NBA over that time. It's not just about one guy. There's talent up and down that roster.
Here's Boston, following the score by Tyrese Halliburton. Boston the pass to Murray. Jones sets the pick for Murray. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And Murray doing a great job right now in rhythm off that screen and roll and exploiting the deep.
Turner with a screen on Murray. Halliburton kicks to Turner. Outside for Halliburton. No good on the 3.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Here's the screen from the wing. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And Murphy continues to accept more responsibility for offense for this team. I really like how confident he is.
Turner inside, and a wide open look for Siakam. That falls. Nice speed that time from Turner.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Rick Carlisle and I did speak a few minutes ago. You know, he's concerned about a lot of things, but in particular, he's worried about how to deal with DeJounte Murray. Coach said he's an opportunist in transition. Everybody's got to get back after a miss, or he'll eat us alive. Sounds like the same thing we've heard from other coaches. Guys?
Thank you, David. A three-pointer off the mark. Pelicans leading by 5. Greg, in January 2024, Pascal Siakam was traded out of Toronto.
And he came into the league an older player from a mid-major school. The Raptors did a lot to help Siakam, turning him into an all-NBA caliber player. And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Here's Boston. Still scoreless. Here's Murray. And again, no good by New Orleans.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
56 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. To the inside, Turner with the steal. Outside, Walker. Pass to Nembhard. On the wing, Walker. No one near Turner as he lets it go. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. And now here comes Jones leading the break. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Murray, no good. Here's Indiana. They've got an 8-0 run. Halliburton passes to Nemo. That falls. Nice feed that time from Halliburton.
Yeah, Halliburton just sees the play before the play.
Now here's Murray. One quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Pacers lead by... And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And taking a look at the Pacers' performance here, guys. What are your thoughts?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, you don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
Setting the floor now for the Pelicans. They've got Herbert Jones, also Trey Murphy out there. And it's Misi in at the 5 spot. Traps in the tray. Olynyk got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for New Orleans. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession. And Greg, we know the Pacers have to improve defensively. But where do they start?
Candidly, Kevin, I feel like they're too soft. Giving up offensive rebounds, cheap fouls, they've got to be tougher mentally and physically, especially on the interior.
And it's Brown missing. Indiana trailing here. On the wing, Mathurin. Offline with his 3. New Orleans gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. There's the pick. And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Brown against Mathurin. And finished off by Brown.
Very little resistance against that throwdown.
Nope, not what they want to see in a game this close, Greg.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
Knocks down the 3-ball.
Kind of like playing in the rec league, little to no defense on that possession, and the easiest three-pointer you can imagine.
Here's McCollum. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And GA, what you have to admire about C.J. McCollum is he is the consummate pro.
Yeah, at this stage of his career, he's the adult in the room, and he's grown into a connector on the floor while still being that professional scorer. Your classic combo guard, C.J. McCollum can play off the ball as a shooting guard, but also can run the point at times, a valuable piece for this team.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, the Pacers obviously pushed the fast break. Tyrese Halliburton says the emphasis is getting outlets and running, playing fast. That's a good identity to have. It's a team that people want to play for, and it's a style you don't want to play against. You've got to be ready to play us. Kevin, the idea is for them to wear you down.
They fly, David. Baseline to baseline. They can really go. Drills the three-pointer. McCollum's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Yeah, McCollum is a real danger at the arc. He's an efficient long-range bomber.
McConnell kicks to Toppin. McConnell sets a screen for Toppin. Pass to Mathurin. Pocket 6. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
A young guy who is ready to attack. Mathurin gets the ball and goes straight into his shot.
They set the screen. McCollum looking it over. Again, the Pelicans score. There's 1:59 left in the first half. Outside Mathurin. Pass to McConnell. In the corner, it's Toppin. No good from outside. Pelicans trail by 3. And here's McCollum for 3. And again, New Orleans with the triple. And eventually, every player, GA, has to grapple with age, realizing they've lost a step or 2 against the young fellas. And sometimes, that is a very slow realization.
Oh, it It is, Kevin. Hopefully, by that point, it's less about financial security and more about prolonging the inevitable, simply for the love of the game.
Shot clock at 2, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off the shot. 24-second violation. We've got 1:08 left to play here in the half. Greg, they're in a rhythm offensively, really cooking.
And the opposition looks helpless to stop them right now.
Pacers have gone 4 of 6 in the field here in the second. McConnell passes to Neesmith. Over Williamson. And once again off the mark by Indiana.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Brown outside. Master Olynyk from downtown. Kicks it out to McCollum. Stolen by Jackson. Olynyk against McConnell. Rebound by Olynyk. Brown wide open. He fires. And the Pelicans miss again. It's a tie game in Indiana. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by. Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. C.J. McCollum really making a difference here.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Halliburton in the backcourt. Nembhard to his side. Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. And it's Walker in at the small forward. So that's who Rick Carlisle starts the second half with. Pass to Nisi. And here's Jones. 6 to shoot. Down low. Turner with the steal. Halliburton with it. Now guarded by Murray. Siakam's shot is off. And Brent, the Pelicans swept in the first round last year by the Thunder, and that Zion injury was very unfortunate and very untimely.
Oh, man, that was crushing. Williamson had 40 points in that play-in game, playing his best basketball, and then hurt very late in that contest. They really missed him, obviously, against OKC, and just bad luck for New Orleans last year.
And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Pelicans. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. And the Pelicans miss again.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And a wide open look for Halliburton. Buries the long-range jumper. Halliburton's got it all tied up now for the Pacers. Murray against Halliburton. Wide open look here for Murray. And that one's on target from the wing. Murray's got 8 points. Indiana's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Halliburton for 3. And the Pacers another 3.
No hesitation from Tyrese Halliburton. He's a confident guy.
Halliburton against Murray. Here's the screen for 3. And the rebound goes to the Pacers.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Halliburton for 3. Boston grabs the miss. The Pelicans have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. In the corner, Murray with it. This one for 3. Buries it from three-point range. Murray's got 8 here in the quarter.
Well, Murray's got the range. It's the consistency he's looking for.
And Turner kicks to Halliburton. Siakam against Jones. Turner passes to Halliburton.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation.
Yikes, that one stings there. Hurts so much more to turn the ball over, especially with how tight the game is.
So Indiana ends up with a new group on the floor. Olynyk, a screen on McConnell. And a wide open look for McCollum. Trains the three-pointer. He's got 11.
That's one of the huge attributes of McCollum's game. He can score from anywhere, which makes him very unpredictable as a scorer.
Jackson setting the pick here for Mathurin. And taken away by Brown. Fast break, here they come. Here's Olynyk, and it's New Orleans scoring again.
Olynyk can be a gifted scorer, and this time working from the mid-range.
Here's Nesmith. And the Pacers can't get it to go. Pelicans leading by 7. The drive by Williamson. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. It's going to be on Obi Toppin. It's been an eventful run for Zion Williamson, right, Brent, to say the least, since going first overall in the 2019 draft.
And man, Kevin, you just are hoping for the simplest of things, and that is health. Because when Zion is healthy, so is this team in ways that other teams fear because of how dominant he can be. This is a special talent. We just want to see more and more of it.
A three from McCollum, rebounded by Jackson. Jackson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Nesmith, the pass to Mathurin. Now here's Jackson. Pass to Toppin. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. And now just a 4-point Pelican lead. McCollum against McConnell. Now here's McCollum. He's guarded closely. 6 on the shot clock. From outside the arc, the shot comes out. DeJounte Murray has been leading the charge for New Orleans. He ends up dropping in 2 from distance, making a difference. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feat.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter, what is still anybody's ball game. So the Pelican 5 right now. They've got Zion Williamson down out there with C.J. McCollum. Then it's Olynyk.
Then Toppin getting a little bit fancy with the throwdown that time.
And stolen by McConnell. Fast break. Here comes Indiana. Here's Toppin. Here's Jackson. And Jackson throws it down hard.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the board.
Stick with fundamentals there. Shot goes up, box out, or he'll destroy you.
3rd personal foul. First team foul.
Launches from deep. Olynyk can't hit. Pacers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul.
First team foul.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1. Indiana shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Here's Mathurin. Back to McConnell. Stolen by McCollum. 3-pointer. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game, how it's been going for the Pelicans.
They have been a wrecking ball defensively, coming up with steals, being active with their hands, and just doing a terrific job of disrupting the rhythm.
Now, something else that has stood out is their up-tempo offense. I mean, these guys have been on the track all game long. They're creating high-percentage looks, getting out there on the fast break.
Now here's Olynyk. Neesmith covering, and the dunk by Williamson.
Try to find other ways to talk about Zion's leaping ability. How about timing? Showing it there.
Here's McConnell. A three-pointer, no good. And so it's Williamson with it. He brings it up for New Orleans. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. McCollum, no good. For Indiana, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. To the left wing, and stolen by Williamson. And the dunk by Williamson.
Zion wants these moments, and coming through here.
Pacers trail by 4. Here's McConnell. Outside Mathurin. Fires the 3. Some solid defense from Brown.
Well, you make strides to get back in the ball game, but an errant shot like that can definitely cost you any kind of momentum. Have to use better judgment there. And just Shakespearean there, a smart read. Saw the defense was collapsing inside, so he wisely pulled up from the outside and drilled it.
Here's McConnell. No good again that time. Pelicans leading by 7. Williamson with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Out to the wing. Master Olynyk. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Neesmith.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Count that one from Toppin.
And Toppin comes up huge on that play.
New Orleans has gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. And here's McCollum for 3. It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
And kind of par for the course here, right? Coming through with a solid offensive game to help them get this lead.
Yep, it goes in. The Pelican lead is cut down to 5 points. That time the bucket coming from Toppin. McCollum finds Brown. Back to McCollum. There's 49 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Again, the Pelicans score.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
Jackson against Olynyk. From the arc. And it's Mathurin with the rebound.
And I think they realize any hope of a comeback is gone.
Well, realistic at this stage of the game, they're going to lose this one, but will they take something from the loss?
Gets the 3 to fall.
And Mathurin proving he can be unselfish, wanting to find his teammates.
And there's the foul. It'll go on T.J. McConnell. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
He had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
McCollum against Mathurin. And the basket by McCollum.
So far, he's a can't-miss player. A superb scorer who plays to his strength.
Halliburton for 3. Off target with that shot. So we see the Pelicans get the win here. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
hope you're as fired up for this one as I am. Some of the league's most exciting talent on the floor.
Oh my, man, I am most definitely up for this one. With the athleticism on both sides, there's gonna be no shortage of highlights.
And checking out the New Orleans opening lineup. We've got Herb Jones, also Trey Murphy out there, and it's Misi in at the 5 down low.
And that gets us rolling. Whew, what a tremendous atmosphere in here tonight.
You get the sense there is a level of intensity right out of the gates.
Ingram finds Barnes. Now Grady Dick. Ingram deciding where to go with it. Just 5 on the clock. Over Murray, and the jumper is on the mark.
Sometimes it's simple. Put the ball in the hands of your scorers and let them do what they do best.
Murray from outside, and another 3 for New Orleans.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Jones against Ingram. Fires from deep, tipped, and out of bounds. New Orleans will have it. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to catch up with Darko Rajakovic. I asked Coach how they plan to limit DeJounte Murray tonight, and he told me we have to match his energy on both ends of the court. DeJounte is a player who can create something out of nothing with the intensity that he plays with. We can expect to see a lot of hustle on the court tonight, B.A.
Allie, thank you. Here's Boston. The three-pointer off the mark.
Defense dodged a bullet that time. Total breakdown.
Ingram, the pass to Pirtle. Barnes against Murray. Pirtle with a screen on Murray. Pass to Mobo. Outside Dick. Buries it from 3.
I'll tell you, Grady Dick can shoot for days. I mean, his confidence from beyond the arc is really incredible.
And Grant, you look at the players the Pelicans have gone after recently. They have a clear plan.
Well, they do, B.A. They want to surround Zion with shooters, which, of course, makes sense. It's sort of the same kind of blueprint the Bucks laid out with Giannis. If you can shoot, the Pelicans have a spot for you.
Here's Ingram, following the score by New Orleans. Picked by Pirtle. Offensive rebound, Mobo, and that one's good. A nice job on the glass as they picked up 2 on the second effort.
Boy, you have to be cognizant of where people are when the shot goes up. Defenders not blocking out in that instance.
Murray, no good.
Probably not the shot they had in mind, but you can't fault him. He had a clean look.
Outside Barnes. There's a screen. Takes a 3. Jones grabs the board.
That's not his spot, but given the lack of defense, you'd like to see him knock that one down.
And Grady Dick gets a whistle that time. That's his first foul.
His first personal foul. First team foul.
First quarter of play, and we're about 3 minutes in. Drills it from deep.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Now here's Barnes. Dick, the pass to Ingram. Pirtle with a screen on Murray. Just 5 to shoot. This one for 3. And that one's good. Ingram for 3. Ingram's got 5.
You're leaving him all alone? Good luck. He's going to drill that every time.
And here in the first quarter, a little over 3.5 minutes played. Murray. Pass to Misi. Outside Jones. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
You can get away with one once in a while, but but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Dick, the pass to Pirtle. That's tipped. To the paint. Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
The shot by Boston, no good. Raptors trail by 3. Down low is Mobo, and he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Well, known for being a terrific passer, he shows you right there. Case in point.
Outside Murray. Fires the 3. Got it. 2 for 5 now.
And using the pick and roll to perfection. I love how crafty Murray is in these situations.
They set the pick. On the wing, Grady Dick. Three-pointer. Hits the three-pointer. He's got 6.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. Pelicans ahead, leading. And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And a chance for a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for New Orleans.
Yeah, their early focus on outside scoring has paid off. They're finding plenty of points from three-point land.
And their assist total, also impressive early, creating with the pass and playing for teammates.
Quickly and Barrett, they're the backcourt duo. Then it's Chris Boucher, and it's Robinson in at the center, locking down the middle. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors.
This guy can finish with either hand. What a finish from R.J. Barrett.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
The Raptors are still developing. Coach Darko Rajakovic said, we're focusing on offensive execution and player development. It's about what we need to do night in and night out, regardless of the opponent. As we grow, we'll teach more schemes for opponent preparation. BA step by step.
Yeah, it's a process, Allie. Thank you. Outside for Boucher. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Boucher's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, this is what Chris Boucher does. Loves to stretch the defense with his shooting ability.
For 3, McCollum. It's hauled in by Robinson.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Screen by Robinson. Abaji to pass to Boucher. Fires for 3. It's hauled in by New Orleans. Outside Olynyk. The 3 is up. It's hauled in by Robinson.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
And here they go. And finished off by Boucher.
Well, Chris Boucher, the ability to score, even though there's bodies around him, that's an impressive finish.
Barrett against McCollum. Over Barrett. Will not go. Misses off the front iron. Toronto leading by 3. Well, Grant, you played on some very tight-knit teams. Talk to us about chemistry.
Well, B.A., you know, in some sports, chemistry is not a big issue. But in basketball, it is huge. You have to trust and believe in your teammates, and it has to be a unit, not 5 separate individuals.
Toronto has gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. Screen by Robinson. Here's Abaji. Sends it home from three-point land. And the Raptors lead by 4.
Defensively, got to close out a little faster. That's a look he'll make with regularity.
Pass to Williamson. Quarter number 2 and around 3 minutes gone by. Lets the 3 fly. And it's Boucher with the rebound. Toronto has gone 5 of 10 from beyond the three-point line in this game. The 3 from Quickly. It's hauled in by New Orleans. Williamson for three. Oh, can't get it. Misses his first attempt. And Barrett has got the ball here for Toronto. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter. There's the triple. And Emmanuel quickly hits from deep. Now it's a 7-point Toronto lead.
When the defense totally lost track of him, he punishes them with a three-pointer. That's a bad decision.
There's McCullough with the three. And so far in this one, 2 for 4.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Quickly passes to Abaji. Barrett a screen on Williamson. Here's Abaji. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Pelicans trail by 4. And here's Brown for 3. And another 3 for New Orleans.
You know, at the offensive end, McCollum does a little of everything for you. I mean, that was a great pass.
Here's Barrett. Pass to Abaji. Now quickly. Spins. Kicks it out to Barrett. Here's Abaji. And stolen by Williamson. Now the Pelicans in transition from the arc. And it's Boucher with the rebound. Toronto has gotten 6 of 13 shots to go from outside the arc. Robinson passes to Quickly. Barrett is screen on McCullum. Counted from distance. Quickly's got 6.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
From outside the arc, and Brown gets a 3. Brown's got 6 here in the quarter. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. Raptors out in front, leading by 1. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. One guy who's been getting it done is Trey Murphy.
I love how effortlessly he scored. The game just comes so easy for him.
And let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
So for New Orleans right now, we've got Murray, Herb Jones out there with Trey Murphy, and it's Misi in at the 5, roaming the paint. Pass to Mobo on the wing. Grady Dick, 5 to shoot. The 3 is up. Misi grabs the board. The Pelicans trail. Jones finds Murray. Back to Jones. Out to the right wing. Here's Boston, guarded by Dick for the lead. The shot by Boston, no good.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
Dick with it, checked by Murray. Outside Dick. Pass to Ingram. There's a screen. Back to Dick. Here's Mobo. Outside Dick. Three-pointer. And again, Toronto, no good. And it's the Pelicans on the break. Right side Jones. Here's Murray, covered by Ingram. And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen.
And this is the absolute wrong time to stop communicating. They have to get in sync.
The Raptors have gone 0 for 3 to start the second half. Barnes drives in.
Well, what a big-time athlete. Scotty Barnes sprinting to the cup with effectiveness.
Outside Murray. Oh, and they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end.
How about the bounce?
We can call that bounce per ounce. Can't be denied. Jones against Ingram. Here's Mobo. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
Murray from outside. And it's Toronto with a rebound. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Kicks it out to Barnes. Outside Dick. Ingram on the wing. Sinks the tray. And it's a 6-point Toronto lead.
Look at how smooth Ingram's shot is. Hard off the pass, he puts up a silky jumper.
And it's Murray off the drive. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. It's a one-on-one situation. Here's Mobo. Powered down after the assist led him to the lane.
The best way to get a clean look is with those quick hitters on the break.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
Murray from outside. Mobo with a rebound. Toronto leading by 8. Kicks it out to Barnes. Picked by Pirtle. Releases. And the Raptors getting another bucket right there.
You can really feel the momentum swinging in their direction.
You want to continue to build on this lead. Right now, still a little too close for comfort.
And he lobs it up to the rim. And an emphatic jam on the lob.
I would imagine it's nearly impossible to not get fired up after that play.
Grant, check these guys out on the bench. Their reaction says it all. They are fired up. Dick, the pass to Ingram. Back to Dick. Pelicans cleared away. 30 seconds left to play in the third quarter of basketball. For Toronto, they've gone 5 for 9 from the floor in the third quarter. Here's Barnes. Misi grabs the board. Misi's got his 4th rebound in this one. Jacks up a 3. No good there. The 3 from Barnes. Buried from outside. It was over, but it turns out the officials are going to review the play. They're trying to see if he released the ball before the buzzer or not.
Yeah,
well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits. It may be difficult to overcome. Toronto out in front. They're up by 11. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get set for quarter number 4. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist to the game.
You have to love his unselfishness and ability to make those around him better.
Well, this is exactly what you're looking for from your point guard. Survey the floor, serve it up on time and on target.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Quickly and Barrett, they're the backcourt duo. Then it's Chris Boucher, and it's Robinson in at the center position. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. McCollum, the pass to Olynyk. Back to McCollum. Fires the 3. And Olynyk the bucket on the assist by McCollum.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Quickly against McCollum. Robinson, a screen on McCollum. It's Quickly with a drive. Here's Abaji. No good on the triple. Now the Pelicans in transition. Pass to Brown. Puts up a 3. Out to McCollum. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Quickly. He goes up. Throw it down on the breakaway jam.
and sends it home with some passion.
I think he's rubbing it in a little bit here, hanging up there like that. And stolen by Williamson. To the middle. Williamson powers down the jam.
And giving them what they want, the incredible dunking ability of Zion on full display.
And there's a pick. Brown against Barrett. Pass to Boucher. Out to the right wing. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Abaji. Gets the 3 ball to go. And the Raptors lead by 11.
Have to show more effort defensively. Everyone knows he can do that from deep.
Well, to me, that's just inexcusable. You start to wonder how much they really want this basketball game.
Brown passes to Olynyk. Williamson right side. Wow! Zion making his presence felt inside.
Excellent work inside from Williamson. This is why he's so aggressive down there. Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Outside for Boucher. Robinson, a screen on Olynyk. Inside. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's going to go on Kelly Olynyk.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
And no good, as the first free throw misses. We'll see if he can hit the second. Both teams will make substitutions. Pelicans trail by 7. And they go to the intentional foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
McCollum on the wing, guarded by Dick. Pass to Murray. Shot clock at 6. Jones with the ball. They kick it out to Murray. Over Barnes.
You have to be impressed with the instincts and versatility on the defensive end from Scotty Barnes. This guy legit.
Back to Ingram. Launches a 3. He buries it from 3. And the Raptors lead by 10.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Nothing left to do but to watch the clock tick towards 0. Nice victory here for the Raptors.
Offensively, they made the most of their trips.
They found multiple ways to score consistently, and a little luck doesn't hurt them either. They also got some nice bounces off the rim tonight, too.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency from Brandon Ingram.
You look forward to playing with someone who doesn't just move the ball, but moves it with a purpose.
Outside Ingram. There's 37 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. Pass to Mobo. Outside for Ingram. Over Jones. Jones with some nice D. Here's New Orleans. Trailing by 8. There's the drive. Here's Robinson. Launches it. He drops it from range.
They are unconscious from outside, and so far, the defense has had no answer.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
The open shot, Barnes. Good. So it's the Raptors winning this one easily. All right, Allie, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
fast break, this might seem like a potential blowout, but anything can happen in this NBA.
Kevin, we see upsets happen all the time. It's what makes the sport great. You can't take any team or game for granted.
Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. Halliburton is out there with Nesmith, and it's Walker in at the small forward.
Boy, just destroying the defense's confidence with his ridiculous bounce and his skill. Miles Turner, special.
Now here is Pirtle. Here's Mobo. Off target from outside. To the paint. Ingram with the steal. Barnes passes to Ingram. Barnes sets a screen for Ingram. Dick in the corner. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. 6 to shoot. And that one's good. Ingram.
You know, you look at Ingram, and he's slight of build, and some folks question whether he could be an effective inside scorer in the NBA with every bucket like that. Those questions are being answered.
Shots good by Turner.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Last season, Miles Turner became the Pacers' all-time leader in block shots.
That's a pretty impressive feat when you consider some of the Pacers who've played there historically. Jermaine O'Neal, Rick Smits, Roy Hibbert. Come on now. Great work by Miles Turner. So we need to give him his flowers now, and I think he's going to continue to add to that shot block total. And, you know, Ingram isn't just a sensational scorer. He also passes the ball pretty well.
Halliburton kicks to Siakam. Fires for 3. Mobo with the rebound.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
It's Ingram on the wing. Barnes sets a screen for Ingram. That puts them in the lead.
And the stroke of Ingram, boy, just looks so pure coming off his hand.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thank you, Kevin. Darko Rajakovic and I got a chance to talk for a little bit. I asked him about the challenge of facing Miles Turner, and he said this guy is a problem for our offense. Miles is an incredible shot blocker. You have to know where he is on the floor at all times. Now, we don't normally hear a coach talk about somebody's defense first, but Turner is that guy. Fellas?
Thank you, David. And so Siakam will bring it up for Indiana. Trailing by 2. One-on-one here. Deflects the pass. Halliburton with the steal. Outside Turner. Pass to Nesmith. Halliburton outside. Turner for 3. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Birtle sets the pick for Ingram. A 3-pointer is right on target. Ingram's got 7 points.
You know, Ingram is somebody you have to watch closely on the perimeter because he's improved his outside shot so much since coming into the league.
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Indiana again missing. Here's Toronto. They've got an 8-0 run. Here's Dick. He's covered by Halliburton. And the dunk by Dick.
Outstanding decision-making by Ingram there, working it to the open man. Really good possession.
And the dunk by Walker.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful 2-hand jam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Here's Dick. Following the score by Tyrese Halliburton. Back to Dick. Pirtle with a screen on Halliburton. Clock at 6. Here's Dick. Banked in off the glass.
Yeah, that's what makes Dick dangerous. You can't just play him as an outside shooter. He'll go to the hoop like he did there.
Now here's Walker. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Here's to Halliburton. Over to the left wing. Here's Neesmith. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got his 4th rebound in this one. Bangs home the trifecta. Ingram's got 10 points.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early.
Brandon Ingram. He's been the guy making things happen for Toronto. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. We come back right after this. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Toronto.
You know, right from the start, it seemed they got hot from three-point range, pulling apart the defense and racking up the points, too.
And the other thing I've been impressed with, guys, is their assertiveness at attacking the paint, trying to hunt for those high percentage looks.
The guard set is Quickly and Barrett. There's Boucher out there with Robinson. And it's Abaji in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group for Toronto to start the second quarter. Isaiah Jackson, he's checked in for Indiana. And here is Toppin. Sinks the three-pointer. Toppin's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Watch out now. When this guy gets into a rhythm, it is something to behold.
Clark, when you think of siblings who have played in the NBA, the Lopez brothers, and now the Toppin brothers come to mind.
You can only imagine how cool a feeling that is to be able to play in the NBA with your brother. It's a dream come true for anybody to get to the highest level of pro basketball. And then to have a couple of players from the same family doing it together? Come on, man. Doesn't get any better than that.
Nemhard with it. Picked up by Barrett. Out left to the wing. Toppin a screen on Quickly. McConnell finds Toppin. And Toppin throws it down.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What? You mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas. I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
And Barrett gets it to go.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Boucher passes to Quickly. And there's the foul. It'll go on T.J. McConnell. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Mathurin. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thanks, Kevin. Tyrese Halliburton has become the face of the Pacers franchise. He says they've done a great job of allowing me to spread who I am and how I play throughout the organization. The guys and the coaches have adapted to that. Good things are happening. I want us to be the best team in the league. Kevin, he's certainly taking me in the right direction.
David, I'm infatuated with this guy as you are. He does so much at such a young age. Man, the sky is the limit. Pacers trail by 8. Pass to McConnell. Toppin, no one around him. That 3 off the mark.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's Robinson. Out to Barrett. Shot clock at 6. Connects from three-point range. Barrett's got 10 points in the game. Drawing fouls, Clark getting to the line, all part of the game, but do you think players try and draw fouls too often now?
I do in some cases, but I think it's more on an individual basis. I mean, players have to.
And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge.
Second team foul is overturned. At at the line for the
This is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Toppin can't get it to go.
Boy, I'm absolutely shocked he didn't get that one to go. Usually he's money from deep.
Pass to Abaji. Robinson against Jackson. Robinson sets a screen for Barrett. His three-pointers off the mark.
Oh, just incredible. That spin shook him loose from the defender, but he just couldn't gather his balance there to follow through with the shot. A young guy who is ready to attack. Mathurin gets the ball and goes straight into his shot.
Here's Abaji. Over Mathurin. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And that concludes the first half. The Raptors out in front. They lead by 9. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You know, R.J. Barrett has been exceptional here, guys.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
On the court for Indiana, Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. Neesmith is out there with Tyrese Halliburton, and it's Walker in at the 3 slot. Tyrese Halliburton is flat-out special, Clark. Yeah, you say it all the time. He is an absolute machine on offense.
He really is an orchestrator, a maestro of platinum-level capability. His turnover numbers, outstanding. He's a guy that flirts with the 50, 40, 90 shooting splits and is going to lead the league in assists, I think, a better part of his career going forward. That's how good he is.
And that is why this team has Grady Dick, a floor spacer coming into the league with an elite three-point shot.
Shot is good, and the Toronto lead is cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Halliburton. Toronto's gotten off 12 shots from beyond the arc tonight, hitting 7 of them. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It goes on Tyrese Halliburton.
And you never want to foul a jump shooter. Dick certainly qualifies as one.
Both shots good from the stripe.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Count it. Good. Walker's got his second basket of the game.
And Walker with the size and strength to straight up move you out of his way.
Dick with it. He's picked up by Walker. Back to Barnes. And there's the drive. And it's Barnes slamming it down.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim. Well, as for them being behind in this game, you certainly can't put any of it on his shoulders. He's been tremendous offensively.
Here's Barnes. It's Dick on the wing. Good on the triple. Dick's got 8 here in the quarter.
And whenever Dick is getting a pass, if he has any chance to get off a clean jumper, you know it's going up.
Indiana moving the ball around. Siakam passes to Neesmith. Back to Siakam. Shoots over Ingram. Siakam's shot is off.
Well, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean, the defender really didn't make any impact at all.
And Ingram the bucket on the assist by Barnes. Ingram's got 13.
Well, you look at the form on Ingram's catch-and-shoot jumpers, it's textbook. He's got excellent posture. His hands are in a good position, and most importantly, he's ready to shoot it when he catches it.
Halliburton kicks to Turner. Back to Halliburton. Over Dick. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Toronto leading by 13. Going inside.
Oh! Are you kidding me?
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And, you know, the lead just keeps growing. I mean, this game is not going to get out of their grip. They're going to keep pulling away.
Here's Dick. The kick out to Barnes. Here's Dick. Neesmith covering. Tries again. Toronto needs to get off a shot. Puts up a three, and there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group. McConnell scanning the floor. Pass to Nembhard. Outside Bryant. And once again off the mark by Indiana. And it's the Raptors ball. Good momentum, 8 straight points. And with their offensive firepower, have the Pacers Clark maxed out at that end of the floor.
There's still a lot of room for this team to grow offensively, Kevin. A low rate of free throws is something they can improve on. And a relatively low rate of threes and offensive boards, those are areas that can get better. I think there's another level they have to reach yet.
To the middle, out to Barrett. From deep. And it's Bryant with the rebound. Pacers trail by 18. Here's McConnell. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And, you know, they've got to be careful because this is when the team concept breaks down and guys start playing hero ball.
Sinks the triple.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Here's Nembhard. Misses the three, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Here's Abaji from outside off the mark. And so it's McConnell with it. He'll bring it up for the Pacers. On the wing, Mathurin. Drills it from outside. Mathurin's got 10.
Boy, he could have taken it himself, but he went from good, better to best in getting the shot for his teammate.
A shot by McConnell, no good. It'll count. No good on that one. And so it's Toronto holding a big 18-point lead to close the... And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. The guard set is Quickly and Barrett. Robinson is out there with Chris Boucher. And it's Abaji in at the 3. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto.
What a motor. Mathurin can go all night, and he has. What a performance.
There's the drive. Pass to Toppin. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, way to play and attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
Here's Quickly. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
Toppin sets a screen for McConnell. And the layup is good. McConnell's got his first bucket in this one.
And, you know, I'm not quite sure what the defense was thinking. I mean, you can't leave somebody like him uncovered.
Barrett the pass to Boucher. Barrett with a screen on Toppin. No one near Boucher as he lets it go. And the three off target. From deep three-point land, Toppin can't get it to go. Toronto leading by 15. Barrett kicks to Robinson. Pass to quickly. And there's the foul. It'll go on T.J. McConnell. That's foul number 2 for him. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Robinson misses.
That's exactly the look they wanted, guys. Right guy, right play, wrong result.
And it's Toppin, that time on the assist by McConnell.
Defensively, there was a lack of aggressiveness, and it really made it easy for him to knock that shot down.
Stolen by McConnell. And Nembhard has it in the corner. Back to McConnell. Pass to Jackson. Mathurin with a screen for Toppin. 6 on the shot clock. On the wing, Mathurin. Over Boucher. And it's Mathurin missing.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. To be out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
And again, Toronto no up. Pacers trail by 12. And McConnell gets it to go.
And all of a sudden, that great run makes this a ball game again. And now is no time to take your foot off the gas. They have got to stay aggressive.
I think they will. I mean, they're close enough to taste it. So they're going to keep that pressure on and keep coming at him. You know, sometimes making it difficult for him to finish at the rim is all you can ask for from the defense.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And it's a completely new group for Toronto.
Well, they're getting stops, and they're attacking on the offensive end.
And, you know, it's taken a big run, but they were able to get back into this one. Very impressive. No quitting these guys.
Here's Halliburton. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got his 8th rebound here tonight. And it's Ingram missing. Pacers trail by 9. And here's the fast break. Out to Turner. Takes the 3. And Indiana, another 3.
I really like it when Turner squares up from outside because he's got a sweet stroke, and because of his size, hard for defenders to get to the shot, and it also stretches the floor, which is good for his team.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does make me look back a little bit, but I could never throw it down like that. But it sure does look good.
Here's Nesmith. The shot's good on the assist by Walker.
And he found the soft spot in the D on that possession.
Raptors leading by 6. Here's Ingram. Pass to Mobo. They set the pick. Dick finds Ingram. The kick out to Barnes. It's good from long range. And the Raptors lead by 9.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
They get the rebound. Halliburton. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. We've got 33 seconds left to play here in the 4th. Ingram outside. And it's off from 3-point range.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
Not by a long shot. It's all but official.
And it's Halliburton missing. Barnes looking around. Here's Mobo. And the 3-ball is good. It's blocked. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage.
Hello out there, and get... These teams have up and down the depth chart, Coach. How important is that in assembling a contender?
Well, look, it's even more important, Brian, in the regular season than it is in the playoffs. To get through a long NBA season and get yourself in good playoff position, you're going to need a lot of guys. 12, 13 guys at different points of the year are going to have to be ready to make contributions. Now, obviously, the team with the better starting five will have the edge, but depth can be a big factor even in the playoffs.
A look at Indiana's starting group. Siakam at power forward with Turner in at center. Tyrese Halliburton is out there with Aaron Nesmith. And it's Walker in at the small forward position. Pass to Murray. The three. Can't get it to go. Missed his first one. And Walker's got the ball here for Indiana. It's a three-point game. Outside Nesmith. Let's go with a three. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
I want Halliburton running my offense. Tyrese is a fantastic decision maker.
Grant, when you look at this Pelicans team, their length is so impressive.
Yeah, they've made a point to draft players with big wingspans, and that really helps them on the defensive end. They're all very switchable.
Jones finds Murray. Knocks it down from distance.
And Murray, lethal off the dribble, but can do it off the catch as well.
Outside Walker. Pass to Nesmith.
Pelicans. B.J. Boston. First personal foul. First team foul.
First quarter, just over a minute and a half in. There's the steal.
Excellent anticipation there to come away with the steal.
And the big dunk at the end of the break.
Talk about taking advantage of the opportunity.
How about the anticipation right there that led to the steal? Then he goes straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
Murray for three. Outside Jones. 4-3. Knocks down the long J.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Outside Nesmith. They need this. Jones grabs the board.
That's his shot, and one I'm sure he wants back.
Here's the three. He can't get that one to fall. Pacers trail by 8. Halliburton, the pass to Turner. Fires the three. And once again, off the mark by Indiana. And it's Murray with the ball for the New Orleans Pelicans. There's the triple. The rebound by Turner.
The green light they gave him early should probably turn red. He needs to get others involved. No hesitation. Nice work by Walker, not overthinking it.
New Orleans leading by 5. And there's the lob.
And the lead increases on a crazy offensive sequence.
Man, the dunk alone would have been incredible, let alone the fact that it came off a pinpoint pass. And Grant, DeJounte Murray, a bit of a throwback player. He's comfortable attacking at all 3 levels.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, he does a lot of work in the mid-range for a guard. He's very comfortable with any shot on the floor. Not shy about putting up a ton of attempts if that's what's needed.
And it's the Pelicans with the ball, following the bucket by the Pacers. Jones' shot is good.
An excellent job of taking what the defense is given.
Pacers trail by 8. And now we'll go to Allie LaForce, who had a chance to visit with Willie Green.
He said one person we cannot overlook is Tyrese Halliburton. He said the guy has major impact on the game, even when he's not scoring, which he usually is. He sets the tempo for the team. He can defend, rebound, pass the ball. Kid's got it all, guys.
And Allie, thank you for that. The shot by Boston, no good. Cuts off the pass. Puts up a 3. Indiana with a rebound. End of quarter management here. They can go 2 for 1.
Make the math work in your favor.
Halliburton, the pass to Nesmith. Siakam outside. Outside Walker. Shot clock at 5. The baseline J is on the way. The Pelicans pull it in. Misi's got his 4th rebound in this one. Murray against Halliburton. Murray scanning the floor. The 3 is up. Nails it from beyond the arc. Murray's got 6 points.
And early on, they've been on a tear. Just getting whatever they want offensively.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly how you want to start a game, with a big offensive.
And so it's New Orleans. They lead by 11 as the quarter comes to a close. They've done well to disrupt the opposition, playing inspired defense. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Pelicans.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
Yeah, on top of that, they've been resourceful defensively, generating scoring opportunities by forcing turnovers.
Bruce Brown is out there with C.J. McCollum. Then it's Kelly Olynyk. Then there's Zion Williamson. That's the Pelicans 5 as we get into the second quarter. And here's Siakam for 3. Offensive rebound. Nice shot by Turner.
And that bump not throwing Turner off. Great concentration by the big man.
And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it.
So Indiana ends up going with a new group. McConnell against McCollum. From outside the arc. Knocks down the triple. McCollum's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Yeah, defending the pick and roll. You have to stop the ball, especially when it's C.J. McCollum controlling it.
Here's Toppin. Soft touch off the glass.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
Olynyk for 3. And the rebound goes to the Pacers.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Well, there's no question. Pascal Siakam has raised the ceiling of this Pacers team.
Yeah, absolutely. He complements Halliburton's up-tempo style very well. And defensively, he shores things up with his ability to guard 1 through 5.
Pass to Williamson. And that's a foul called on T.J. McConnell. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
McCollum against McConnell. Now here's Brown. Back to McCollum. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in. McCollum's got 6 points.
With confidence and ability from long range, I love it. McCollum's able to space the floor and keep the defense honest.
Count it. Good.
Oh, nice feed. On time and on target.
The Pelicans lead by 6. McCollum outside. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. And here's Brown for 3. The rebound by Jackson. Indiana's gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. McCollum on the wing. Fires for 3. Pure from 3-point range. He's got 9.
I love McCollum's versatility as a scorer. He moves just all over the floor and gets it done.
McConnell. Second shot opportunity and denied. He sends it right off the glass. They shoot again.
2 minutes remaining.
Rebounded by New Orleans.
2 minutes.
There's McCollum with the 3. His first miss. 3 for 4 in this contest now. Here's Nembhard. And Indiana misses again.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
On target from range.
The defense really fell apart there. You can't afford to leave them all alone at the arc.
Olynyk with a screen on McConnell. For three, McCollum. And they get it back. McConnell with a steal. On the wing, Matherin, covered by Williamson. Nembhard outside. McConnell outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lets a floater go. Here's Jackson, and he battles for the ball, gets the second chance bucket. Now just a 4-point New Orleans lead.
Well, his rebounding is such a boost for this team, especially when it comes on the offensive end.
Pass to Olynyk. This one for 3. Drops in the 3. And the Pelicans lead by 7.
As a big, unless you're a dedicated rim runner, have to be some kind of threat from distance.
Jackson, the pass to Toppin. 29 seconds left in the first half of this one. Offensive board. Kicks it out to Jackson. Tries yet again. Oh, 3 chances on that possession, but they just can't find a way to score. Olynyk for 3. And he can't get that one. C.J. McCollum has been leading the charge for the Pelicans. He's found his range, hitting 3 triples in the quarter. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break.
24. Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll, please. All right, they're measuring up the shot.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game. One of the stories here, C.J. McCollum. He's getting it done today.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
Second half underway. Here's who Rick Carlisle's got on the floor. Siakam at power forward with Turner in at center. Neesmith out there with Halliburton. And it's Walker in at the 3. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Brian, the Pacers love to push it up. Tyrese Halliburton said it's our biggest strength. Teams don't want to run with us. They know when you play us, have your track shoes ready. Especially if you're coming off of a back-to-back or you have a packed schedule. You do not want to see us. Brian, they have their identity.
No doubt about that, and it starts with him. And the Pelicans going with a whole new group out there. The Pelicans lead by 10. Coach, you spent a lot of time in New Orleans. Coach for him, as a matter of fact. It's a fun stop in the NBA. There's some amazing food in the Big Easy.
Yeah, Brian, I love the city of New Orleans, but when I coached there, it was in the pandemic. All the restaurants were closed, all the entertainment was closed. We couldn't enjoy the jazz or the food.
Siakam the screen. No stopping Halliburton. So physical.
Yeah, nice effort from Halliburton, working to get that point-blank shot.
Pass to Boston. Shoots over Neesmith. The shot by Boston, no good.
Good shot, gone bad. Gotta finish there.
Outside Neesmith. Here's Walker. Back to Neesmith. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Siakam, no good.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. You just missed it.
Boston with the bucket.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
Outside Walker. Pass to Turner. Siakam against Jones. Back to Turner. Jacks up at 3. It's hauled in by New Orleans. Knocked away. The drive by Siakam. Outside Neesmith. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call.
It's so easy to get frustrated when you make mistakes, but you have to keep battling.
Yeah, it's definitely a momentum shifter, but it's time to refocus, make smart decisions, and start fighting their way back.
Murray finds some space. Clock at 6. From downtown, the offensive rebound. Outside Jones. For 3. Tipped away. And here's Halliburton. He'll bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Got a hand on it. Outside Murray. Outside Jones. Takes a 3. Yes. And it's Murray picking up the assist. Murray's got 3 assists in the game. All right, Coach, what are some qualities you're looking for in a lead guard?
Well, look, you want a guy that can make plays, that can control the game. When I first got into the league, people thought about point guards as traditional pass-first guys. But now it means more than that. You want a guy who can make plays, whether it's for himself or for his teammates.
Murray from outside. And another 3 for New Orleans.
They are unconscious from outside, and so far, the defense has had no answer.
Look, when the 3 is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Yeah, silky smooth with the mid-range J. Halliburton practices these types of shots all the time.
Pass to Messi. Back to Murray. And out of bounds, the Pacers will take it.
I don't know what the heck happened there. That's just a careless turnover.
And it's a completely new group for the Pelicans. Pacers trail by 13. McConnell with it. No made baskets yet. And stolen by Brown. And that's a foul called on T.J. McConnell. That's foul number 2 for him. 29 seconds left in the third. There's McCollum with the 3. And the Pelicans hit again from deep.
He's pouring it on in a nice clip, and the rest of the team is stepping up as well.
McConnell with it. McCollum covering. Pass to Toppin. Back to McConnell. Drives to the hoop. McCollum with a steal. That shot missing. And here at the end of the third, it's a double-digit ball game. It's New. And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. Pacers trail by 16. They've got C.J. McCollum. Kelly Olynyk is out there with Zion Williamson. Then it's Bruce Brown. That's the Pelicans 5. McConnell passes to Matherin. Pass to Nembhard. And stolen by Brown. McCollum way outside. That won't go either for McCollum.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
And gearing up for the alley-oop, just couldn't finish the play.
Well, it's not easy to time that up. Just not quite in sync there.
The shot by Olynyk, no good. And for Indiana, they're shooting just 38%. Their offense not where they want to be. Rebound by Olynyk. New Orleans leading by 16. Takes the 3. And again, New Orleans no good.
Yeah, really unlike him to have this kind of game from 3.
They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Back to McConnell. Six on the shot clock. Matherin passes to Nembhard. Driving to the basket. He hits it just before the shot clock expires.
Oh, what a leap by Matherin, finishing off the lob pass with authority.
Williamson with a screen on Jackson. Pass to Olynyk. Picked by Williamson from behind the arc. Matherin with a rebound. Pacers trail by 14. Top it inside. Guarded by Olynyk.
You have to be kidding me.
Wow, that's how you take things into your own hands. And here's Olynyk. Fires from deep. And again, New Orleans, no good.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots with...
Oh, a big slam!
Oh, my gosh. The athleticism.
That's the type of move that you see in a dunk contest.
Takes great confidence to alley-oop to yourself.
Sure does.
Jackson down low. Toppin passes to Jackson. McConnell with it. Back to Jackson. The steal. Williamson against Matherin. Misses off the right iron. Pacers trail by 14. Toppin, a screen on Williamson for three. Matherin. They get the rebound. Toppin passes to Matherin. 6 to shoot. And he lobs it up top.
Just a perfect pass and some pretty slick body control on the finish, too.
Man, that's butter. Here's Williamson. He takes it in. A little over 3.5 minutes in the books now in this fourth quarter. Pulls it from the top of the key. Again, Williamson missing. The Pacers have gotten 3 of 7 attempts in this fourth quarter to fall. The trap by Nembhard and stolen by Williamson.
Barring a miracle comeback, this one is wrapped up. They were able to control the tempo and flow of the game, and it will end in a victory for the Pelicans.
Seemed like the sheer volume of three-pointers today was the deciding factor.
And they'd hit one and then just dial it up again, and it worked.
And while there were some guys out there that played well, what really stood out was the production for DeJounte Murray.
He came out with great energy and effort, doing everything he could possibly do to help his team.
Williamson up top. He's covered by Matherin. Here's McConnell. And he makes it on the layup. 27 seconds left to play in the fourth. Williamson inside. He's covered by Matherin.
At this point, it just feels like it's over.
Yeah, time is not on their side. The score is not on their side. Nothing you can do.
And it's McConnell on the drive. Williamson for three. That one's good. And so it's the Pelicans taking care of business in this one. Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again.
Stands out for both of these rosters is that they both feature top-tier athleticism.
And Kevin, that bodes well for us, right? There's a lot of speed, some great athleticism. I'm sure we're going to get some highlight reel plays tonight.
So let's take a look at the Toronto Raptors starting lineup. They've got Dick. He's out there with Scotty Barnes. Brandon Ingram's out there with Pirtle. And it's Mobo in at the four-man position. The drive by Barnes. Out to Ingram. And slam dunk by Ingram.
Well, he's just so long, able to get to that rim pretty quick.
Murray scanning the floor. Pass to Misi. Out to the right wing. Here's Boston. They get it back. Murray outside. Jones with the screen on Barnes. Clock at 4. The 3. Toronto grabs the miss. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Pass to Mobo. And there's a whistle that goes on Herbert Jones. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
Ingram against Jones. Ingram dishes to Pirtle. Pass to Barnes. Pirtle sets the pick for Barnes. Oh, good with the triple. New Orleans gone 0 of 2 from deep here. We love young Scotty Barnes. He can shoot, he can defend, and he can really pass. Brent, he seems like the ideal wing.
Well, there's a lot of things there, Kevin, that are very good. You don't become an all-star at that position without those kind of abilities. But the responsibility of playing winning basketball consistently, let's see how that plays out for Scotty moving forward.
For New Orleans, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Pass to Murray. Beyond the arc. And another 3 for New Orleans.
Well, Murray's got the range. It's the consistency he's looking for.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, GA?
Willie Green gave me a few minutes to talk with him. And their focus on defense, Brandon Ingram. Coach told me Brandon presents unique problems. It's the skill and size combination. You just don't see it too often. Anytime Ingram touches the ball, everyone will be focused on stopping him. Should be a good one tonight, guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Boston. From past the arc. Kicks it out to Jones. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Love the assertive attitude from Jones, wanting to continue to improve in his jump shooting.
And the timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. That's tipped. And a fast break now for the Pelicans. Mobo with the rebound. Raptors trail by 7. For 3, Ingram. And Jones pulls it down. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for New Orleans. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. Shoots the 3. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Out to Ingram. Here's Pirtle. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. For Jakob Pertl, his parents paved the way for him to become a professional athlete. And I'd say Brent did a good job.
Well, it's a good point, Kevin. They were doing some blocking of their own, just not basketballs like Jakob does. Both of his parents, members of the Austrian national volleyball teams, and building some roofs on some people trying to put down a few slams.
Jones for three. And Pertl pulls it down. Raptors trail by 6. Off the mark, his first miss of the game, 1 for 2. Pass to Murray. Here's Boston for the 3. That's in there. Murray. With the assist. Boston's got 6 points.
Well, the open man's out there. You got to feed him, and Murray gets the job done.
Barnes kicks to Ingram. There's a screen. Back to Barnes. Dick with it. The kick out to Barnes. 6 to shoot. Pass to Mobo. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
We've got 13 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Murray down low. Over Ingram. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans. Great. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Pelicans.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
Love the passing that they displayed at the start of the game. Great ball movement that's opening up some chances without really getting deep into the execution.
We've got Brown. Williamson out there with Hawkins. Then there's C.J. McCollum. That's the Pelicans 5 as we get into the second quarter. Williamson a screen on Barrett. McCollum deciding where to go with it. Shot clock at 5. Brown wide open. He fires. Misses the 3. Raptors trail by 7. Quickly with it. Now defended by McCollum. There's a screen by Robinson. Here's Abaji. Hits the three-point bomb. Abaji's got the opening field goal of the second quarter for Toronto. Now the Pelicans have lost in the first round GA of the playoffs in 2 of the last 3 years.
And with how good the West is right now, they knew they couldn't stand pat. They felt the urgency to make some changes this offseason in order to take the next step.
And that one, good. Barrett's got his first basket.
Using some muscle there on the finish. I like seeing Barrett be active inside.
McCollum against Barrett. McCollum no good.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Williamson with the block. And so the ball out of bounds. Williamson touched it last. New Orleans making a switch here. Reeves is checked in. Barrett the pass to Robinson. Williamson against Boucher. And it's finished off by Boucher.
And that's a good heads-up play there from RJ.
Hawkins checked in for New Orleans. Raptors have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. We know the 90s were a different era, Greg. Either win the game or win the fight. Remember that? Do you miss that physicality?
Well, I would say, Kevin, it made for some great stories, but I don't think we're missing much without all the extracurriculars. And I think we have a beautiful game now.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Raptors are rebuilding with purpose. Coach Darko Rajakovic said, "We're doing a good job at the start of this process, selecting the right people that care and are very committed to each other. That's a good baseline to build on." Kevin, slowly, the pieces are falling into place.
David, you're so right. He is great at developing those young players. Williamson with a screen for Brown. McCollum up top. Barrett covering. And that one drops. McCollum's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, C.J. McCollum can score in a lot of ways. Coming off of screens, playing with the ball, spot-up three-point shooting. Just a variety of ways to produce. Yeah, here's a list of things I don't want to do, and right at the top is guard that guy.
With every passing season, Quickly's role seems to expand.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, he's had to prove himself over and over. And now that he has, I don't think you find nearly as many doubters as he had when he first came into the league.
Boucher with a screen on Brown. Barrett takes it off the glass.
Well, Barrett with nice touch down there as the lefty was able to negotiate the little room that he had.
Near the three-point line, it's McCollum. And it's New Orleans scoring again. We've got 1:28 left in the first half. Barrett inside the three-point line. Right wing. There's the pick. Abaji, the pass to Quickly. Out to the right wing. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Stolen by McCollum. And 1:01 left here in the second. Lets it go with the three. And it's Toronto with the rebound.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Barrett for three. It's hauled in by Brown. New Orleans leading by 5. Williamson a screen on Robinson. Pass to Hawkins. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. That's just very solid offense.
They've worked hard to get this lead. Can't start giving up easy slams all of a sudden.
Yeah, GA, that's right. And that was easy. Gift wrap for him.
Yeah, we see this all too often. The team gets a huge lead, and then their guard gets let down.
McCollum outside. And a miss there on the triple. It could go. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And a close game so far through the first two quarters as we reach halftime. New Orleans on top, leading by 5. From New Orleans, back in a moment. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. C.J. McCollum really making a difference here.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Setting the floor for the Raptors. We've got Brandon Ingram. Scotty Barnes is out there with Dick. Then there's Jakob Poeltl. And it's Mobo in at the 4 spot. Inside. Pass to Poeltl. Now here's Barnes. Poeltl sets the pick for Barnes. It's good. This game is all even. Barnes has got 5 points so far.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
They set the pick for 3. Murray. Toronto grabs the miss.
You could see he wanted to get him back. Sadly, he couldn't capitalize from outside the arc.
Ingram against Jones. Ingram deciding where to go with it. Pocket 6. Pass to Mobo. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. And Murray's got the ball here for the Pelicans. And Greg, remember, in DeJounte Murray's rookie year, he played in the Western Conference Finals.
Murray was the youngest player in that series, playing 20 minutes a game, competing against the KD Steph Warriors. How about that for a welcome to the NBA?
90 seconds now into the second half. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Dick's got the lead up to 2 now for the Raptors.
Now that's a needle in the haystack shot right there. You're not going to hit that one all that often.
The offensive rebound. Nisi. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
And he makes the first. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And the Raptors with the ball. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. Here's Ingram, and he lays it straight in. He has 6.
And Ingram really can handle either part of that pick and roll. He could be the screener, and then he could roll, or he could score off it. Nice option.
Snatched up. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
For 3, Murray. Good on the three-point shot. Murray's got 6.
That's pretty much not how they want to end the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
And DeJounte Murray gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Dick up top. Birtle sets the pick for Dick. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And here's Ingram from the arc.
Hard to score on Herbert Jones. He will lock you up.
And it's Ingram missing. The tray. It's rebounded by Dick.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Ingram outside.
In the third. 2 minutes.
Here's the 3. Ingram can't get that one to fall. For New Orleans, they've gone only 1 of 6 in the field in the third quarter. Not how they pictured the half started. Here's Boston. Oh, good on the triple. Toronto trailing. Ingram outside. Pass to Pirtle. Back to Ingram. We've got 1:28 left to play here in the third for Murray. Barnes outside. Now Ingram. A drive by Barnes. And the dunk by Barnes.
And Ingram and his court awareness continue to grow. A terrific dime there.
So the wing on the left. Here's Boston. Dick defending.
And that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Ingram outside. Lets it go from the wing. Offensive rebound. And he commits the intentional foul. And the Hornets going with a whole new group out there.
Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
Barrett dishes to Robinson. Boucher with a screen on McCollum. The shot's good from quickly.
And there aren't many players more reliable from three-point range than he is, especially when the D's playing off him like that.
A second chance effort. That one's good, and the Raptor lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Williamson.
He makes it look easy. Zion just feasting on that second chance bucket.
Here's Barrett. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Barrett's got 6 points.
Now that play never gets old. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
And a wide open look for McCollum. Nailed from three-point land.
CJ operating like a surgeon out there tonight.
Here's Barrett. Shooting foul. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different minutes to review the play.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay.
The ruling on the floor stands.
The immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls. And so Barrett nails both of them. Stolen by Quickly. Just 3 on the clock. And it's good on the way up. He's got 8.
Now, he's too good a finisher to blow that kind of chance, but that's going to be a wake-up call to the defense.
And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Williamson out there with Brown. Then there's McCollum. Then it's Jose Alvarado. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Here's Abaji. Out to Barrett. Lets it go from deep. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Howard down with both hands.
How many times are we going to hear Zion's passing is underrated? Add this one to the list.
Boucher passes to Abaji. On the wing quickly. Nice move. Williamson with the block.
Great job by Williamson. I love watching him dunk, but man, his block shots are spectacular.
5 to shoot. There's a good screen. Here's Quickly. It doesn't go for him. We've played just over 1 minute here in the 4th quarter. Now here's McCollum. And it's New Orleans scoring again.
Skilled, crafty. McCollum is a finely tuned scoring machine.
There it finds Robinson. It's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. Quickly looking it over. Takes it inside.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Here's McCollum. That shot is good. He has made 8 while missing only 4. That's 67% shooting.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
Well, I hope there's one player on that team out there that has interest in winning this game. Right now, it doesn't look to be one.
And the timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Got a chance to listen in on Darko Rajakovic during the huddle. The coach told his players, hey, they're feeling the pressure over there. Keep pressing, keep fighting. They're starting to crack. Now let's get this game even, guys.
Thank you, David. To the left side wing. The 3. Toronto grabs the miss.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts, but otherwise the mindset is I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
Shot clock at 6. Pass to Barnes. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. And now a 3-point Raptor lead. And here's McCollum for 3. Down it drops through the net for his 9th bucket. He is 9 for 13 so far.
Well, fearlessness by McCollum there, willing to take those big shots in the game's biggest moments.
And here is Ingram. A 3-ball. Messi grabs the rebound. Messi's got 8 rebounds in this game. Jones with the screen on Barrett. On the wing, Murray. Lets the 3 fly. Barnes grabs the miss. Toronto's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Ingram, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Well, Ingram's going to come through when it's crucial. He did so there.
Here's Murray. An easy 2 points on the layup.
And you can count on DeJounte when it matters most. That is clutch.
The Raptors have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the 4th. 4 of 9. Back to Barrett. Down low. Yes!
The nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
Pass to McCollum. There's the triple. Toronto grabs the miss. They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
Dick sets a screen for Ingram. Here's Dick. Goes up from the top of the key. Messi grabs the rebound.
Can't afford any wasted possessions down the stretch.
Nope. Every opportunity here have to have flawless execution.
Murray kicks to McCollum. It falls! A huge shot to tie it up.
Just a terrific all-around scoring effort from him. I mean, it's because of that they're even in this game.
And Darko Rajakovic calls timeout. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Barrett. And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. And we'll be back. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this one. In the guard spots, it'll be Murray and McCollum. Trey Murphy is out there with Jones. And it's Messi in at the 5. Pass to Dick. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
Well, after committing a turnover like that, you're just praying the game doesn't come down to the last possession. You'll remember that one.
And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the New Orleans Pelicans. McCollum with the screen on Barnes. To take the lead. No good that time.
I saw a green light there. The D's not going to get away with that kind of lapse all that often here tonight.
Boucher with a screen on Jones. Ingram passes to Barrett. Back to Ingram. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Dick. Hands it from downtown. Dick's got the first points here in the overtime period for the Raptors. Pelicans trail by 3. And it's Murray penetrating. Boucher with the rebound. Boucher's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Driving in, and plenty of contact on the shot. So, 2 free throws coming up.
Well, the change of speeds and also the right angle selection can help R.J. Barrett put defenders in those kind of spots.
And he ends up making the second, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Well, for New Orleans, shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. A three from McCollum, and he's good on the three ball. McCollum's got 28 points for the game.
Well, play him to take the drive, and you're backing up. He's good enough to stop right there and pull up for the easy jumper.
Out to Ingram. We're in overtime, and 90 seconds gone here in what has been a great one so far. Back to Barnes. 4 on the clock. Out to Barrett. Off target from three-point range. For New Orleans, they've gone 1 of 3 from the floor since the start of overtime. Jones sets the pick for McCollum to take the lead, and right on target. Good. McCollum's got 5 points in the quarter.
That's one of the huge attributes of McCollum's game. He can score from anywhere, which makes him very unpredictable as a scorer.
Dick passes to Barrett. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
R.J. Barrett wanting the ball and coming through. That was critical.
That one misses for Barrett. And it's the Pelicans with the ball. It's a one-point game. It's money from deep.
Oh, man, the DNA test comes back, and there is a clutch gene. McCollum with the confidence to deliver.
Dick in the corner. Ingram outside. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And that's an intentional foul. Pirtle is checked in for the Raptors. It's McCollum on the wing. Barrett covering. McCollum against Barrett. It's good.
We're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
Dick off target with his three. Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. 3 seconds left to play in OT, and this battle continuing. Now a timeout called by New Orleans. 3 seconds left in the first overtime. Here's McCollum. So it's a narrow victory for New Orleans, pulling it out for a double. And they had some nervous moments down the stretch, but things finally came together for them in overtime.